And all right, everyone, hello, 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 and we are live. Please refresh the page. Again, we are live. Please click play or refresh the page. And could everyone here just do us a huge favor and let us know when you can see us and hear us? Again, just a quick request. Can you do us a huge favor and let us know when you can see us and hear us? Mm-hmm. Now, I actually asked this because it was one of my first ever webinars. I had a bad experience in one of my first webinars. I thought everything was going well. And I go to the chat after a minute, everyone is saying, like, your microphone is broken, you're sharing the wrong screen. But it looks like from the answers here that everyone can see and hear. All right. So everyone, I'm Cameron.
And I'm Katie.
And we're joining you live from New York City in Teachable HQ. Now, something I'm curious about, could you let us know in the chat, where in the world are you joining us from? Let us know where in the world you're tuning in from, because we get people in these webinars from all over the world, from 4 or 5 or even 6 different continents. And I love seeing the geographic diversity. Again, we're coming to you live from New York City. And Katie, are you seeing the answers come in?
Oh yeah, they are flying in. We've got Holly from Tulsa, Boulder, Colorado, Sweden, Vancouver, Toronto, Spain, Santa Monica, USA, India, Sweden, Hudson Valley, Italy, Ohio, UK, Michigan, England, Colorado. Oh, I hope people are watching the World Cup. Netherlands, Germany, Canada, Detroit, Rhode Island, Canada, Utah, Ohio, Dallas, Florida, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Okay, I'm missing a bunch. But
amazing.
People from everywhere.
All over the world. 4 or 5 different continents, I think. But
I'm from the UK. I heart NYC.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, that's why we live here. But in any case, Istanbul, fantastic. So it looks like we have people here from all around the world. So wherever you're joining us from, and whatever time it is where you are, thank you, welcome, bienvenue, bem-vindo, bienvenidos, willkommen, tishkoredurim for coming. So thank you so much for joining us for our webinar today. It's 2:03 p.m. here in New York City, and I think we're about ready to get started. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen with everyone.
Barbados just chimed in.
Oh, welcome, Barbados.
Wow.
And I'm just going to launch my PowerPoint. And all right, hello everyone, hello, 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 and thank you so much for joining us for this week's workshop. Now, the full name of this workshop is How to Create Your Own Online School and Online Courses This Week Using Teachable, but we like to call this the Quick Start webinar because this is the place to learn how to get your school started quickly. Now, we're going to take the learning curve and we're going to bend that a bit for you. We're going to take this whole process and show you just how easy it can be. Now, I hope you're excited because I know I am. Now, let's get started. Now, you're obviously here with us today for a reason. You know, you're here because you're interested in online courses and what you can do with them, but you should also be asking other questions here, like who did we design this webinar for? Like who's going to get the most out of this webinar? Well, first and foremost, if you love standing in conference rooms, like staring at a whiteboard, this will be perfect for you. But seriously, folks, if you maybe heard of online courses or memberships and you think they might be a great way to monetize your knowledge or expertise, or if you want to build your audience or brand online, this will be perfect for you. Now, next, if you're somebody who already has a business, whether online or offline, and you want to expand this business with online training or memberships, then this webinar will be perfect for you because online memberships or courses are a fantastic way to scale your business. And I'll walk you through exactly how you can do this. And then finally, if you're already an expert, if you already have an online course somewhere and you're looking for a platform that will help you make more money, work more efficiently, and provide a better experience for your students, this webinar will be perfect for you. Now, before I go any further, just a quick tech tip for everyone in the audience. If you're seeing anything be blurry or hard to read or out of focus, there's a very easy fix. Just mouse over the video, click the gear icon on the bottom right, then change the resolution to 720p HD. Again, if you're seeing anything be blurry or hard to read or out of focus, mouse over the video, click the gear in the bottom right, and change the resolution to 720p HD, and everything should be crystal clear. Now, at this point, I actually like to make 2 quick promises to everyone watching, which is that in the next hour, you're going to learn exactly how you can create your own online courses or memberships using Teachable. Now, it doesn't sound like that much time, but you haven't seen just how easy Teachable is. Now, the second promise I'll make is that this webinar will be completely upfront and transparent. No tricks, no gimmicks, and no surprises. I respect you and I respect your time and attention. So I'll tell you now that at the end of the webinar, there will be a special offer for everyone who signs up with Teachable, but more on that later. For now, if you're anything like me, when you come to a webinar like this, you want to know exactly what you're getting into. You want to know what the game plan is, or what we'll be covering, or in teacher terms, what's on the syllabus. So first and foremost, there's going to be a live demo. It's going to show you exactly how you can use Teachable to create your own online courses. And then we're going to talk about something incredibly important. How Teachable isn't just the easiest way to build your online courses, it's the easiest way to actually start making money from them. It takes about 10 seconds to set up payments in Teachable. No mess, no fuss. It all just works, and I'll show you how. Now, after that, we're going to talk about how you can get this all started today. Now, the main word in that sentence is today, because creating an online course sounds like a big project. Something you should tackle later, something you should work on next week, or you'll get around to it soon. It's really tempting to put it off if you don't know how easy it is. I'll show you how simple this can really be. Then finally, we're going to go over some real-life case studies of regular people and small businesses who have used Teachable to generate thousands of dollars in monthly course sales from their first online courses or memberships, even if they didn't have a massive audience. Now, just a heads up, you're really going to want to take some notes. Now, I know it's 2019 and we're surrounded by gadgets and gizmos, but it's been scientifically proven that writing something down by hand is the best way to remember it. So please look around you, grab a pen and paper, and jot down some notes. You're really not going to regret doing that. Now, before I go any further, quick poll for everyone in the chat. Just let me know the answer to this question. Who here has created an online course with Teachable? Or if you have, give me a yes. If you haven't, give me a no. If you like saying maybe, you could say that too. Now, this helps me tailor the webinar to you, because if I see more yeses, I'll spend more time on the advanced stuff. If I see more nos, I'll spend a bit more time on the basics. And Katie, looking in the chat right now, are you seeing people chime in? What are the answers that they're saying?
Oh yeah, they're coming in so quickly I won't be able to read them all, but we've got Anita saying maybe, Deb saying no, Robin saying no. You good? Booch everywhere.
Yep. Spilled a little bit. I'm all good.
Liz saying yes. Katie is in the middle of it. Desiree is I'm starting to do it. Rika, Mike, Violet, Mel all saying no. And Deb says nope, but I hope to soon. So majority of the people are saying no. But there are a few yeses and maybes in there too.
Nice. So, Katie, based off of that, what I think I'm going to do with mostly no's but a few yeses, I'll spend most of the time at the beginning going over the basics, but then I'll leave plenty of time at the end for going over the advanced tips and tricks. And now, what you've all been waiting for, it's time to meet your presenters. Hey everyone, that's me over on the left. I'm Cameron. So I work in sales at Teachable, but I got started on our customer support team, which means I've helped everyone from individuals to big businesses get started teaching online. And on the right we have the incredible, the indomitable, the unstoppable Katie.
Ooh, thank you, Cam. Hi guys, I'm Katie Scott. I'm an account manager here, and I'll be in the chat. So please feel free to drop any questions in, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. And we also do have a Q&A at the end. So stick around if I miss any of the questions.
Yes, but believe it or not, Teachable isn't just me and Katie. In fact, everything is teachable, as we like to say. And we've got all the data to prove it. We've got tens of thousands of instructors who have taught 20 million plus, need to update that slide, 20 million plus students, and they've earned over $200 million doing that. And what's really exciting is that we have so many different types of people and courses on the platform, including, the big names, people like Pat Flynn or Seth Godin, New York Times best-selling authors. I know, speaking of the New York Times, they use Teachable for their online training as well. But for us, the most exciting part of this is that the people getting the best results aren't just big businesses and big names. It's people teaching card magic or mushroom expertise, personal branding, how to be a better tour guide, watercolor painting, blacksmithing, podcasting, or I really like this one. His name is Alan, and then he attended one of these webinars. A few weeks later, he launched his course about getting certified as a drone pilot. Now, he had wanted to do this for ages, but when he found Teachable, he was able to get it up and running incredibly quickly. And since then, he's actually gone on to earn a multiple six figures and runs this full time. He's no longer at his day job. So with these as maybe a little bit of inspiration, let me know in the chat, what ideas do you have for course topics? When I first started at Teachable, I thought that the only thing people taught online was computer science. But now that I've been here, I've seen people teaching everything from A to Z. Literally, from astrology to zoology. Seems like you can teach anything online. Hey, Katie, are you seeing the answers in the chat here? What are people saying for their course topics? I'm sure there's some really interesting stuff that people are going to be teaching.
Yeah, I guarantee there is going to be some interesting ones. From this audience, because they've also been very quick at the keyboard. So we've got Deb saying elderly care management, and also maybe another Deb or the same Deb, I'm not sure. Business
separate
development,
Debs, I think.
Debs, I think. Business development for new consultants. how to detox properly, plant-based living, filming, ADHD coaching, autism coaching, animal communication, social media training, languages, learning Spanish with music.
Deb confirms, different Deb.
Thank you, Deb. Both Debs. Self-love.
Debs for life.
Spiritual, holistic health, drawing, branding, design, high-performing teams.
Amazing.
Teacher training. Yeah, sorry, I could.
Katie, you could go on for hours with this. I love these. I would take some of these courses, and shout out to everyone with something interesting here. I really appreciate you sharing your topics. And now that you've shared your topics, let's actually dive in and let's take a look at some examples. So I'm going to share the screen briefly back again. So who here is ready to see what your school on Teachable could look like? Oh, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Who here is ready to see what your school on Teachable could look like? I'm going to show you all the case studies I mentioned earlier so that you know what's possible. So let me know in the chat and give me some enthusiasms. Give me a yes, ya, si, oui, da, hi, or yes with multiple exclamation points. I love seeing enthusiasm because it shows me that everyone is still with me and that you're excited to learn. That really is the best part of my job, seeing people from all around the world here and excited to learn something new. And Katie, are you seeing the excitement in the chat right now?
Oh yeah, Kim is at the ready. She was saying, oh yes. Bree, Alana, Deb, Robin, Deb, Emma, Matt, Baker, Jennifer, Karen, all ready and excited.
All right, let's do this. I appreciate your excitement, everyone. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite examples, which is a course called The Foundations of Card Magic. And two things I want you to pay attention to here. First, card magic, like this topic, what? I thought, did people want to learn this? Is this like a thing people care about? The answer is yes. They actually raised money to build this course on Kickstarter. Let's see how much they raised. It was, how much? $66,500. That's how much money they raised to teach card magic online. So if you think your topic might be a little bit niche, a little bit small, don't worry, there's probably still demand for it. And the other thing I want you to pay attention to here is the beautiful sales page or landing page. So this is the page that people come to that convinces them to sign up for your course or membership. You can build these right on Teachable, or you can use your own on your own website. It's up to you. So the Teachable format starts at the top with a beautiful header with a title of the course, a line that we call a subtitle, and then a button to enroll in it right there. Then it continues. There's a rich description filled with images and text, an instructor biography to establish your authenticity, the full lesson plan or curriculum, including free previews so that users know what they're getting into. Then it finishes down at the bottom with FAQs to address user concerns, testimonials for social proof, and finally, again, another call to action, another button to get started now for $52. Now, the next example I want to show you is it's a membership site. And two things I want you to pay attention to here. First, a membership on Teachable is super easy to set up. So instead of just having a one-off, buy this course, you instead have a subscribe to my membership. So this is what Dave Cross does. Dave has been teaching Photoshop for like 28 years. And that means that he has a ton of content. Like as I scroll really quickly, you can see it still takes me a long time to get through. So he has all this content, and it wouldn't make sense for him to try and sell these one by one. So instead he does a membership where you can get all of it for a subscription. And the other thing I want to show you is the multiple pricing options. So when you're selling on Teachable, you can have, a monthly price and an annual price, or you can have a basic price and a VIP price. So you can charge in multiple ways. And that's the other thing I wanted to show you here. Now, next, I wanted to show you Stack Skills. So Stack Skills is an online course marketplace. So what this means is that they have courses from all sorts of people on one site. So for instance, they have courses from Tanner, from John, and from Kevin here. And the cool thing is that Teachable handles all of the back office work automatically. So whenever Tanner sells his course for $25, we automatically split up the revenue with the school getting a part of it and the author getting a part of it as well. Now, Deb, the answer is yes, you can do that. You can sell to teams and organizations. We can show you how later on. Now, next, I wanted to show you Sewema. So Sewema is a great example of a site that's entirely in another language. In this case, entièrement en français. So no matter what language you want to teach in, your students will be able to learn in that language. And it's not just about the courses themselves. So instead of learning about how to create a successful startup, you learn how to créer une startup à succès. Or if I want to log in, I click on se connecter. Instead of putting in an email address, I put in my adresse électronique. Instead of my password, my mot de passe. So no matter what language you want to teach in, your students will be able to learn in that language. Then finally, I just wanted to show you HealBright. Now, Teachable looks and works great out of the box, but if you want to take things to the next level, you can use our Power Editor to edit the code on your site and do really advanced things. Like they've built this beautiful video backdrop. They've even built custom pages like this corporate page that will allow you to buy this course for your business, so for your employees. And so to Deb, yes, this is how they work. They have companies buy the courses for their employees, okay? So after we've done this, let's go ahead and let's actually build a course together. Now, you don't need to do this with me, but pay attention and take notes. That way you won't get lost when you try to recreate this later. So I'm going to get started here. I'm going to go to teachable.com and I'll put Cameron Quickstart. And today is 62719 at teachable.com and I'll click Get Started. I'm going to put in my full name here, so Cameron Mattis, but I'm a millennial, so you can find me on Instagram at Cameron Mattis. Same thing with my email, I already put that in there. Now I'm just going to put in my super secret password. Sorry guys, I can't tell you what that is. And I'll agree to the terms of use and privacy policy, which make it clear that you own your students, your content, and your pricing. Now, finally, I'm going to name my school. Now, a school is what we call a course website. One school will contain all of your courses. So I'm just going to call this Teachable Quickstart because I can change this later. And I'll click Create New School. And now my school has been created, and it's time for me to start adding my content. So I'll just put in like my location here. I'll say I'm in Azerbaijan. And once you walk in, like once you log in to your school, you'll see that we walk you through everything that you need to do next. So we walk you through all the steps, like signing up for the webinar. Hey, you've already done that. So you can, skip this one. Create a course, customize look and feel, and set up our domain name. So I want to go through this in order. So I'm going to hop right into creating a course. All right, so important question. I want to know, what should we be teaching today? Let me know in the chat. Give me something funny because we typically have some real comedians here, somebody with like some really good ideas about something funny to teach. So in the chat, let me know what are your funniest ideas? What are your funniest ideas? Like I'm really curious. We've done like how to train your dragon, underwater basket weaving, all the good stuff. So let me know in the chat what we should be teaching today. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are.
We've got some interesting ones coming in. We've got Emma saying how to suck eggs, how to do impressions, how to change a baby's diaper, socializing kittens, which frogs are safer to lick. Oh, gotcha.
I'm scared now.
I was like,
I'm scared.
Which is it? I am too. Ant circus, how to peel an orange, how to break out of jail. Ooh, I kind of like that one. But let's go with I think the frog one. Which frogs are safe to lick?
So Kimberly, congratulations, Kimberly. Ding, 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 ding. You are our winner. You don't actually win anything, but congratulations. I'm going to name this course. I'm going to name this course after you, however. So I'm just going to...
Some hilarious ones.
There's some real comedians here. So I'm going to name this Kimberly's Guide to Frog Lickin' with apostrophe there, because we don't say licking, we say lickin'. The course subtitle is The Only Guide on the Internet to How to Safely Lick Frogs. The author is still alive! ! Now, the author is the person who creates the course, and this is what shows to the users, like, who's the person who made this. Even though this is yours, Kimberly, I'm going to put myself as the author, Cameron Mattis, at Cameron Mattis. So I'm going to click Create Course. And now my course has been created, and I just need to start adding content to it. So the terminology that we use for content on Teachable is sections and lectures. So think of this like a book. A book is made out of pages which are divided into chapters. In the same way, a course is made up of lectures, which are divided into sections. So one course might have 20 lectures, which are divided into 3 sections. We've got a section in the middle, a section at the beginning, and a section at the end. Your lectures actually contain your content, like your video and your audio and your PDFs and all that stuff. But that's the terminology that we use. And we have a section that's already created here for us. So I'm going to make a new lecture to hop in here and start adding some content. So I'm just going to call this lecture 1. Frogs are fun. Okay. And I'll just call it that. And let me start by adding some video content. Now, you don't need to add video to your school, but I highly recommend it because people engage really well with video files. So I'm going to drag in a file from my computer. You notice I didn't need to upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or anything like that. I just drag in the file, and it's already uploaded and getting ready for playback already. So I've added a video. Now I might add some text. So I'll go to my computer, and to save everyone a little bit of time, I'm just going to type up some demo text here. It'll be a lot easier. So I'll just put this in. And now back in the day, if you wanted to edit text on the internet, you would need to use HTML. Ooh, very spooky HTML. With Teachable, though, that's not the case. If I want to make something bold, I select it and I hit the bold button. If I want to make something italic, I select it and hit the italic button. If I want to link something to google.com, I select it, hit the link button, insert a link to google.com, and I want this to open in a new tab because that's just the behavior that I like. Again, we give you the options. So we have video, we have text. Now, how about like a PDF document or something? So I'll go to my computer. I'll choose a PDF document. I'll just add this file. And choose files and drag in our PDF. And all right, so our PDF has been added. And you'll notice that as I add content to this page, it shows up on the as what we call blocks. So we have a video block, we have a text block, we have a PDF block over here, and all of these are draggable and droppable and editable and rearrangeable. Like, I'm going to give the page a quick refresh here. And what I want to do is just to show you that you're able to do other actions. Like for the video here, I can put in a thumbnail. Or I can upload, a caption or a subtitle. Like, there's lots of things that you can do with your files, like make them downloadable or not downloadable, or just choose the order they show up. So I think this is looking pretty good for my first lecture. So I'm going to publish this and move on. So now we have our second lecture. So I'm going to make a new lecture, and I'll call this lecture 2, frogs and you, exclamation point. So in this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quiz, and I'm going to add some surveys and discussions. So I'm going to put in, some comments and discussions. So first I'm going to click add quiz. And our quizzes are super simple, really easy to set up. We do multiple choice, multiple answer, and true false. So let me start typing these in. So I'll do who is presenting. The correct answer is Katie and Cam. An incorrect answer is my friend Dave, and another incorrect answer is Sauron the Terrible. So there we go. That's a multiple choice question. Then we have a multiple answer question where someone has to select all of the correct answers in order to be correct. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, which of these are presidents? And I'll say one of the correct answers is George Washington. An incorrect answer is Ronald McDonald. Another incorrect answer is Michael Jackson. He was the king of pop, not the president. And the last answer I'll do Emmanuel Macron. All right, so I hit add question. And now if someone wants to get this question right, they have to select both of the correct answers. So I've put in a multiple choice, a multiple answer. So I'll do a true false as well. So this webinar is cool. The correct answer is true, and correct answer is false. And for those asking if you can bring in a PowerPoint, yes, very easy. You just export the PowerPoint as a PDF or video and then drag that in. All right, so we built our quiz. Now let's do comments and discussions. So back in the day and if you wanted to do this online, you would have to embed some third-party plugin or set up custom code or something like that. With Teachable, one single click, and I've turned on comments and discussions on this page. Now you can do this on one page, on 2 pages, on all the pages. You can have comments and discussions wherever you would like. So I'm also going to check the box to make this quiz graded. This means that they'll have to follow the compliance settings that I've set up later on. So there we go. I built 2 lectures with a lot of different types of content, but what if this isn't fast enough for me? Like, what if I want to upload a bunch of content that I have ready on my computer already? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the bulk upload button, and then I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to drop in a whole folder of files. So I've got 7 different files here. They're video files. You can use any type. And I'm going to click upload. And when I do this, the system will analyze all the files, import them, process them, and then set this up all on Teachable automatically. So in about 10 seconds, I was just able to add a really fantastic lecture, an incredible lecture, super duper lecture, an okay lecture, the best lecture ever, and my personal favorite lecture. Whew. And I was able to do that all in like 10 seconds. And just like the content inside the lectures is draggable and droppable and rearrangeable, same thing for the actual structure of the course, like same thing for the lectures themselves. So I can take a fantastic lecture and I can move it down here. I can take an okay lecture and I can move it up to this other section. So I can drag and drop as much as I want. Now, last cool thing is I'll just make these first 2 lectures a free preview so people can watch them before they buy. So finally, let's go into adding a price here. So people ask me all the time, like, how do I price my course on Teachable? How do I set up my pricing? And first of all, you can do it however you want, but there's 2 things I recommend. Giving your users ways to pay you more and giving your users multiple ways to pay you. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So let me start off with a one-time purchase. And you can price your courses in any currency. So if you sell a lot to the UK, put in pounds. If you sell a lot to the EU, put in euro. But I'll stick to dollars for right now. And I'll do $299. And you can go buy this course right now. That's literally all it takes. You can go and buy this course right now. It is that simple. But I want to change this a little bit. I want to change the name of this to be the basic. I want to change the name of this price to be the... I can't select today. Change the name of this price to be the basic edition. And I want to say that this includes only the course. Now, why am I doing this? Because I can make a new price here, and I'm going to make this for $899, $600 more. And I'll call this the VIP edition. And I'll say includes the course plus some one-on-one private training. And I'll click add pricing. And in about 5 seconds, I've added a way for people to pay me $600 more. It's really that easy. So I've put in my basic edition. I've put in my VIP edition. Now I'm going to do my pricing plan. And Rosa, yes, you can have multiple prices in your course, both in dollars and euros. So let me set up a payment plan now, because this, remember what I said? Give your users multiple ways to pay you. So even the base price here, $300, that's a lot for some people up front. So instead, I will let them price 3 monthly payments of $119. I'll call this the payment plan over time and say, select this option to pay over time. I'll click add pricing, and there we go. Now you can pay me with 3 installments, okay? So in about 10 seconds, or I've added a payment plan, and another 10 seconds I added a VIP edition, another 10 seconds I added a basic edition. So in just about a minute, I have built our pricing for our entire course. So I'm gonna publish this and now do my last minute edits. So the first thing I want to do, I want to add a thumbnail to this course. It's just an image that will represent it all around the site. So I'll click upload, and I've added a thumbnail. So the next thing I want to do, I want to set up my course compliance, okay? For the course compliance, you can do things like enforce the order that people go through lectures in. You can make people watch all of the videos. You can make people watch all the videos before they move forward. And you can even make them complete the quizzes, set a passing grade for the quizzes, and give them a number of retakes. And Deb, for the one-on-one, for the extra fee, you can reach out to them however you want. And Charles, if their card is declined, we automatically try again and we lock them out of the course if it fails. And Tony, yes, you can set up Drip to automatically release your content over time. So that's just a quick overview of our course compliance settings. So now my users will have to do all of these. Go through the course in order. They'll be able to enforce video watching. They have to watch all of it. And they have to take all the quizzes and meet those passing grades. So I'm going to hit save. And I have now basically finished customizing the course. Now, the last thing I want to show you here is I can set up a certificate for this course. So this is built right into the Pro plan. You can give users a certificate automatically or have a certificate that which you grant manually. Like if you want the student to show you a final report outside of Teachable, you can have the certificate only be granted manually after that happens. And Kimberly, it's typically in the single digits, the percentage of people who fall off. Now, let's go ahead. For our certificates, I can use one of our built-in schemes. So I'll do this built-in template, or you can create your own. And I can even customize this in depth. So I'm going to add a logo here, and I'll just drag a logo file in from my computer, and I've added a logo to my certificate. Now I want to add a signature here. Now, I don't actually have a signature file on this computer, but I do have a picture of my colleague, Katie. Might seem familiar for you. I have a picture of her on a boat. So I'm going to use this picture of Katie on a boat. This is now my email signature. Fantastic. So I'm going to hit finish and activate. And I have now a beautiful certificate with a picture of Katie's face as my signature. And we even, this is important, we automatically set up like a unique serial number, so that every time the student gets a certificate, it's unique. Okay, let me hop back to here now that I've added the certificate. Fantastic. So we've added a certificate. Now I want to show you something very important. So when you create the course on Teachable, we automatically create 3 pages for you. We create the sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you page. So the sales page is, the page that looks like this. It convinces someone to buy your course. The checkout page is where they actually put in their credit card info or debit card info or PayPal, and they buy the course. Then finally, the thank you page is where you can do upsells. So if they just bought your $100 course, you can upsell them to your $400 version. And I'll show you how to do all of these. So I'll start with the thank you page. So very simple. We have our purchase confirmation. Then we can have an upsell right here. So this is available on the Pro plan. And this is such a good idea. Like if someone has just spent $100 with you, they're the most likely person in the world to spend more with you. So giving them an offer right on this page that they can accept with one click makes so much sense. I could even put in a video embed of me saying something like, hey, watch this little video message from me all about why you should take me up on this special offer. So that's our thank you page. Then we have our checkout page. So our checkout page, it's the highest converting checkout page in the industry. It's a single page checkout, which means that we get people to pay first and then create their accounts. They don't have to like create an account or log in and then they have to remember all their they just buy the course. And then they finish their account on the next page. So let's get started here. And we can customize this to have testimonials, bullet points, trust badges. So for instance, I'll say, see what others have to say. And I'll put in a testimonial here from my CEO, Encore. And Encore will say, this course is great. Fantastic. I'll save that. Now we can also have bullet points. So, here's what you'll learn, ... And I'll add in one bullet point like some things and, some stuff. And one more. And even more. Fantastic. So I've added testimonials, I've added bullet points, and I can even do a trust badge like this one for 30 days satisfaction guaranteed. So there we go. I've built and customized our checkout page and the thank you page as well. So the last thing we can do is customize our sales page. So remember these like beautiful looking sales pages? They look like this. They look like they convert so well, and that's because they do. Well, Teachable builds us a page like this automatically, and all I need to do is finish filling it out. So I want to add an image to the top, for instance. So I'll just actually go into our built-in library of royalty-free stock images. I'll use, this bridge, because this bridge seems like it's pretty relevant for our topic here. Frogs go on the bridge. And just in case you want to make this easier to read, we even have a slider to darken the background so the white text is easier to read. And Dalton, yes, it's like writing a book. You put in the testimonials yourself after you get them from other people. So Kimberly's Guide to Frog Licking. Now I put in my course description. So instead of typing up a ton about my course, I'll put in some demo text just to save us time. And I'll even put an image in the description to break up the big chunk of text and make it nice. So I'll put in these colorful succulents because maybe a frog has been in one of these plants before. And I'll put in some more text, and we've done our course description. Now I can even finish up my author bio, all about me. So Cameron Mattis, or at Cameron Mattis on Instagram. My bio, I'll just copy one line of my demo text here. And I don't have a picture of myself on this computer, but I do have a picture of my coworker, Ryan. So Ryan, I'm going to borrow your picture to make myself the author here. So I hit save, and now we have our author bio. And all of the things on this page are blocks that we can drag and drop and rearrange. Again, this is the case all throughout Teachable. Now, this is something pretty important. You can add testimonials to this page as well. So right below the FAQ block, right below the FAQ block, I'm going to put in a testimonial. And you can get your testimonials from wherever you want. We even pre-write one for you. So this is an excellent course, definitely worth checking out. And I'll say that this is a testimonial from Ankur Nagpal. And who is he? Well, he's actually the CEO of Teachable. And I'll put in a picture of Ankur that I have on my computer. And there we go. We have a testimonial built right in. So I'm going to save this. And boom, we have finished up our sales page. And this isn't even getting into our deep couponing functionality, the drip content you can do in Teachable. There's so many possibilities, all over the reporting, the memberships and bundles. There's so much here. So we've created a course. Then now we need to customize the look and feel. So first I want to add a logo. So I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to drag in a logo file from my computer. Somebody asked about VAT in Europe. We automatically handle it. It's really cool. All right, so I've added my logo, and that's all in there. Now I want to change the font. I just click on the font I want and hit save, and I've changed the font. Now I want to change some colors. I can use one of our built-in schemes, or I can manually pick the colors. I'll use a built-in, though, because I think that it looks really good this way. And then I'm just going to do one optional thing here. I'm going to take the page I just built, and I want that to be the home page, so I'll make that setting change right here. And all right, so we've created a course, we've customized the look and feel. Now let's set up our domain name. So on Teachable, you can use a domain that looks like something.teachable.com, or you can use a custom domain. A custom domain is something like myacademy.com or courses.mywebsite.com. So just as an example, this main website is 52cards.com, but their Teachable course is at courses.52cards.com. So you can do that as well. All right, and Clark, yes, that's how you're, exactly. So I'm gonna click confirm domain here, and we're ready to get the show on the road. We've created a course, customized look and feel, and set up our domain name. So now let's launch our school. So our school has launched. Now let's take a look at this. Let's see what this looks like. So first, let's view the sales page. And remember those beautiful sales pages we were looking at earlier? You know, they looked really nice like this. Well, we just built one ourselves. So welcome to Kimberly's Guide to Frog Licking, the only guide on the internet to how to safely lick frogs, and the author is still alive. There's the button right here to enroll. Then we have a rich description filled with images and text, instructor bio for authenticity, class curriculum, including those free previews, FAQs to address user concerns, testimonials for social proof, and finally that call to action to get started now with a basic VIP or payment plan. And this works beautifully no matter what device your users are on. So when I'm looking here on an iPhone, everything automatically works without me having to go, to mobile.mywebsite.com. It just works. And it's the same thing, by the way, inside the course. So when I'm here, I'm taking a look at this beautiful course as if I'm a student, and I'm enjoying it. I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, I want to actually take a look at this on my mobile device. I'm finished with this part, so I'm done with this, but now I want to go to my mobile device. So if I then go over to my phone, it'll also work perfectly on here. So no matter what device you're on, the quizzes, the comments, it'll all just work. So I'll leave a comment saying this course is great, ! And I'll hit post the comment. All right. And there we go. I left a comment down below. Fantastic. So you just saw a lot of Teachable functionality. You just saw a lot about how Teachable works and some of the cool stuff you can do with Teachable. But now it's time for us to really, talk about you. And because you've spent a lot of time here today. And what I wanted to do first is congratulate you because you've done this. Okay? This was a lot to learn, and you have absorbed and come away with so much today. And we've covered a lot. So it's okay if you feel a little bit like this. So don't worry about that. Now, we're going to get to our live Q&A in just a sec, but first, I wanted to talk about you. And to do this, I have a question in the chat, which is, what has been your biggest takeaway so far? Is it you can do multiple prices, or, you can do compliant training, or, it's really easy to use, it seems simpler than I thought. So let me know in the chat, what has your biggest takeaway been here? And Katie, looking in the chat right now, are you seeing any takeaways that people are posting? Anything cool coming in?
Yeah, we actually had a few people saying this, even as you were giving the presentation and jumping from the student view and the admin view. But Naomi says it's so doable. Douglas says easy to use, easy to make a sales page, says Charles. Lots of ease of use, which is great. That's exactly what we want to see. Patricia loves the upsell. Eva loves the pricing features, which I love the pricing features.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly. User friendly. Yep. Pricing excellent.
Okay.
Slim. I can never say that word.
Slim.
Seems simple. Baker was like, seems simple enough.
Slim simple's enough. But everyone, thank you for sharing your takeaways. And no matter what you come away with this from, I want you to have one important takeaway, which is that you can do this. Just like this gentleman who was jumping off of a cliff for some reason, you can take the plunge. You'll probably survive better than he will. But we know this because we have the data. Like I said earlier, we've had tens of millions of students take Teachable courses from 30,000 plus instructors and earn more than $250 million. And from all of this data, we found that there are really two paths that you can take, and both of them can work. Now, the first of these is to go on this journey yourself. Take the learnings from our webinars, our summits, read our blog, take action on your own. This will take longer, and it's harder, but it's doable. Other folks have done this. But then there's the second path. For folks who might be a little bit busier, for folks who might be a little bit new to this, for folks who just want a way to do this and they know it works, this is to follow a proven path from folks who have done this before and to get extra help along the way. Now, this path is typically faster and more likely to work because there's accountability and because you're following best practices and data. So what we wanted to do is if you upgrade today or join us on a paid plan, we're going to give you that second path. And there should actually be a button live above this video right now if you're ready to join us. But I want to tell you what you're actually going to get here. So first of all, when it comes to creating awesome courses or memberships, you need two big things. You need the tech and the tools, and you need a proven plan to follow from people who have done this before. And that's why we created a special Teachable offer for today. And this offer is going to come with our professional plan. So this is $99 a month, or it's $79 a month if you pay annually. So you can get it even cheaper if you commit to the year. And this is everything you need, from unlimited courses and students to a custom domain for your branding, learner progress tracking and analytics, e-commerce, including EU VAT compliance and automatic tax handling, email marketing, drip content, instant payouts, a course compliance, live chat support, certificates. This plan has everything. And that's why all these folks on this page who have each made several hundred thousand or even more than $1 million with online courses, they still pay us that same $99 a month. We don't charge you for your success. And once you have the tools and the tech to build your course, you need that proven step-by-step plan to actually create and launch it. And that's where Teachable U comes in. So the Teachable U is a training program that gives you everything you need to find your success online. Now, we designed this with the goal in mind of getting you from no audience to launching a course in 90 days. And if you're ready to create a course or thinking about it, this is the fastest way to get it done. Whether you want to create a signature course or just mini courses for free, we tell you how. So at Teachable U, here's what actually goes into it. There are 4 premium trainings that cover the 4 major phases of online course creation. The first one is about choosing your course topic. And after this training, you're going to learn exactly how to identify the best transformation for your audience. You're going to see case studies of thousands of different course topics. We're going to give you multiple techniques you can use to validate your idea so you know it's good, and even ways to name your course. Now, after this, you will feel confident knowing that you have the right topic and an audience to match. And speaking of audience, if you're like, okay, this sounds great, but $99 a month, why should I be paying that if I don't have an audience yet? That's why we created this training, which is about building your audience using online courses or memberships, okay? And the cool thing here is we give you lots of different techniques, okay? So we walk you through how to use a mini course, how to create an email course, all these different types of content, lead magnets, etc., that you can use to generate an audience. Now, after going through all these lessons and implementing these steps, you'll be ready to create an audience of fans who are ready and excited to buy your paid course. The third training is all about creating your course. So you know how to get your course onto Teachable now from this webinar, but how do you actually build the content? So this training is all about how to map out your curriculum, different types of course formats, a budget-friendly home studio. And once you're through this, you will know how to create beautiful content in a professional course that you and your students will love. And finally, the Launch Your Course training. We'll walk you through after, I have this course, how do I get it out into the world? This tells you all the different types of course launches, how to set your pricing, how to generate sales, how to set up your checkout sequence, build your sales pages, set up an email plan, and more. After going through these lessons, you will be ready to launch your first course, enroll your first students, and generate real revenue. And on top of all the trainings, throughout all of them, you're getting access to all the resources like the checklists, templates, email scripts. They're all included. I go through these at your own pace. So whatever your schedule is, even if you're busy, take your time. And on top of those 4 core trainings, we also have live trainings. So every month we hold a brand new hour-long training with a successful course creator who covers an advanced topic like Facebook ads for us. And plus, even more special bonus, you're going to get 8 weeks of live group coaching calls. This is only when you upgrade to Pro. So you can upgrade to Pro, get 8 weeks of our live group coaching calls as well. I lead these every Friday. They're an incredibly good time. I love spending the time to actually chat with the folks on here. So thank you. If you upgrade to Pro, thank you in advance because I'd love to see you on one of these. We have between 5 and 15 people typically. It's a mastermind group. And you can use these any 8 weeks. Doesn't have to be 8 weeks in a row. Doesn't have to start right now. You can use these any 8 weeks. So when you sign up today, when our monthly plan, which is $99 a month, you get Teachable You get the course creation templates, you get the monthly live stream trainings, you get 8 weeks of live group coaching. And now these are very valuable. They're worth like more than $1,400 on their own, but we're going to give you all of these when you upgrade to our professional plan. So all you need to do to get started now is to click the button up above to buy the bundle. And it still gets better because thank you to everyone I've seen upgrade so far, but I know there are people on the fence. And that's why I wanted to tell you about our money back guarantee. So it's the best guarantee ever. You have 30 days to go through everything. Set up your school, download all your stuff. And if by the end of 30 days you decide Teachable isn't perfect, let us know. We'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. It's our way of making this 100% risk-free. When I think about this, the worst possible thing that could happen is that you get your money back and you stop. It's literally that simple. We're not asking you for a commitment. But it still gets better. We have one more bonus. This is only for people who upgrade while this broadcast is live. So that means for the next half hour or so, you're going to get our summit replays as well. So we do Teachable Summits where we get together some of the best and brightest minds in the online course industry and have action-packed workshops with them. Now, the replays from these workshops are locked in a vault only for folks who upgrade on the summit itself. But we got special permission from the presenters to give this to a small group of people who upgrade on the webinar. So that's why it's only for live upgraders will you get this. So this includes workshops from everyone like Mariah Kaz, Alana K. Valia, Jessica Tor, Michelle Schroeder-Gardner, and more. So you get all of those, 6 more workshops. I think it's a total of 11, all to help you grow your business. It's more than $1,000 worth of bonuses. You get these all for $99 today. This is what Abby Lynn Ashley had to say. She says, I'd created online courses before without much success. This time I decided to host my course on Teachable, made $41,000 in sales. And Julia McCoy says, this week with the payment plans rolling in, I finally hit the 5-figure mark with my first course launch. Over $10,000 in sales. But look, that's from only 21 people. 21 people. You don't need an audience of thousands to get 21 people in your course. You need, I don't know, I think it's like 200 people is enough to get 21 people into your course if you have the right audience. Do you think you can get 21 people to say that you have something to learn, something to teach? If you think so, then you should just buy this bundle now. Again, no questions asked, money back. It makes sense. And now after you upgrade, just for some logistics, first you're going to upgrade your plan, then you'll get an email with all the details, and then you'll get immediate access to the bundle. Now, why is this offer so great? Like, if we made so much money if we could sell this for $1,400, why don't we just do it? Well, we're a software company. This means we succeed when you make money and you keep subscribing to us. And we find the best way to do that is to make you successful. So yes, we lose out by not selling this up front. But when you make money, we make money. When you're satisfied, we're satisfied. So anything to make you more successful, that's good in our book. Now, this is very important. We have live customer support. We have live chat support 7 days a week for the Pro plan, email tickets all the time, and for the other plans. And our support is based right here in the US, in North Carolina and New York City. We don't outsource. So this is what we sent to Angela after she hit 10,000 students. And she said, I'm thankful for the awesome power of the internet, for a passion I get to share with my students, and for a platform that lets me do it my way. Now, with Teachable, with this platform, with our education, you'll have everything you need to create your online course. Now, our live Q&A is starting and going for the next 15 minutes or so ask your questions now. We're here to make sure that you get started with confidence. And all right, hello in the chat. Hello. So thanks to join from Duke Windsor. Virtual high fives and real high fives to everyone who's joined us. Virtual. There we go. John Davies says, if I want to offer live events where I present my course material in front of a physical audience, can I use Teachable as a general marketing website to sell tickets? John, absolutely. So I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So there's this guy named Pat Flynn. So Pat Flynn, he's a blogger, and he has a conference. He's running his own conference this year. It's called FlynnCon. So when you sign up for this, you get tickets to the event, etc. But he sells this right on Teachable because people who are buying tickets for his conference, they've already bought his courses. They already have their credit card info saved. So when I go to buy this, for instance, I can buy the regular pass, and this takes me right into his Teachable checkout page. So it takes me right into here where I can buy his course right then. Sorry, I just clicked the wrong button. So there we go. I can go right and buy his ticket right there. So this is the regular pass for FlynnCon 1, or I can buy the VIP pass, which is a lot more expensive, or I can do multiple tickets. So I can do 2 regular passes, 3 regular passes, 4 or 5, or even more VIP passes. So yes, you can absolutely sell things other than courses on Teachable. Event tickets are a great example. Sheila asks, why are we better than a competition? So Sheila, I've spoken with lots of people who have directly moved over to Teachable after doing a demo with us because they just love the look and feel and ease of use more. It's things like the e-commerce experience where we'll pay your affiliates for you, and we're even adding mobile payments to the checkout page, something we're way ahead of them on.
That's too good to resist.
Too good. I agree, Stan. Again,
really funny.
Zero risk. ICU says, do you charge for every new subscriber we have? No, unlimited users.
And unlimited content, unlimited users. So it's to enhance your growth rather than to stunt it. That's really important to us.
Charles says, what do you do to students that share login information? Charles, we throw them off of a bridge. No. So you can track the number of logins per student account. And if you see anything suspicious, you can automatically lock that down. Sheila says, how do we get paid? So Sheila, if you're in the US or Canada, we can do daily bank transfers. If you're outside the US or Canada, we can pay you monthly, or you can link your own Stripe account on the professional plan.
Someone asked about how about setting up affiliates. So affiliates can basically, depending on how you'd like to pay them out, you can set the percentage that they're going to get for promoting your course on your behalf. And then we can either automatically pay them out for you for driving that traffic, or you can pay them out yourself. And actually that goes into another question. Jamila says, where does the traffic come from? So because you own all of your content, all of your students, and all of your pricing options, you will be driving the traffic to your site. But within the bonuses that we have and Teachable U, we've provided content on how you can actually create traffic or bring traffic to your site, depending on obviously the course and your audience that you're tailoring it to, as well as having native features like our SEO. We've also got advice on how you can do marketing or an affiliate program. You can also add Facebook pixels and Google Analytics to give you a bit more insight into your traffic as well.
Baruch says, question, can Teachable be used without checkout? Can we just import users and give them access? So Baruch, you could do that on the Pro plan. We have a Zapier endpoint to import people on the Pro plan and up.
She just says, is there a chat feature amongst students to take the course? Yep, so you can toggle on and off chat on every single lecture if you want, or optional lectures, and they'll thread directly underneath the comment. If you want, you can have them modified by the instructor so that they have to approve them before going live, or you can just have them free flowing.
Katie says, is there a way to have different course topics? Like, yeah, great. Go, Katie. Go, Katie. It's your birthday. So Katie says, is there a way to have different course topics? Like if I wanted to do courses on both video and sculpting, can it be separate? So Katie, my question to you is, do they have to be completely separate, like on separate domains, like sculpturetraining.katie.com and videotraining.katie.com? Or can they all be on like katiestraining.com? Like, are they so separate they have to be on like separate websites? If the answer is yes, then you would just set up 2 Teachable accounts. Well, it's one account, but you have 2 schools under it. And we give you a discount for your payments on that one. So if you already have a school on the Pro plan, we give you a discount if you get another school on the Pro plan, for instance. If they can all fit on one kind of site, then you can use our built-in categories feature just to break those up a little bit. Kimberly says, how do we browse courses on Teachable? So Kimberly, Teachable isn't a course marketplace. We're not like Amazon.com. You don't go to teachable.com to search for courses. If you did, then we would have to do what marketplaces do, which is keep an enormous share of your earnings. And also, we would own the student details. With Teachable, we're just the tech providers. We don't promote your courses for you. And that's why we don't promote your competitors' courses either. So we just handle the tech part. And that's why you keep all the money and you keep the student info.
Someone was asking, can you switch later from pro monthly to yearly once you have? Yes, you can. You can select the plan that matches your needs, and you can, let's say if you were to jump from from monthly to annual, you'd be pro-rated, so you wouldn't be double charged, basically. Can we have multiple courses under the same school? Correct, yeah. Sheila, there's no limit to the amount of courses, content, or students that you can add to your school.
So someone had a question about selling to multiple people. Like Rika says, on the payment option, can quantities be increased and then logins created for a number of students that allow me to have access? Like what Rika means is like, if I'm selling to a team or business or organization, is there a way to sell multiple copies of the same course? The answer is yes. So I'm going to show you a course by Simon Sinek. So he does all these TED Talks about finding your why. So his course on Teachable, it's really quite cool. So you can buy access, you can buy multiple licenses. So I can buy access for me for $150, or access for me and 5 people for $900. So these just go to a different checkout link in Teachable. So when somebody buys this for 5 people, the administrator just emails them with 5 coupon codes so the 5 people can use to enroll for free. Or you can even give them 1 coupon code that can be used 5 times if you want to get fancy like that. But yes, absolutely possible to sell to teams, businesses, and other organizations.
He was asking, what is manual import for students on the business plan? So that would be for the bulk student uploader. So that basically means that, say, if you have a CSV of 10,000 users that you want to upload, you can do a bulk upload on that business plan. On the Pro, you get a bulk upload of 5, I believe it is, at a time. Or you can just add them one at a time. And that's if you're doing it from the back end. Obviously, if they're enrolling themselves, so they're going to like your landing page or your sales page and selecting that button to enroll and pay, that also works too.
Deb says, can it be used for corporate training? Deb, yes. We have many large businesses like the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Northern New England. They use us to do their internal corporate training. We have, again, our built-in compliance mode on the professional plan, which allows this.
Can you start off with basic and then upgrade to pro anytime? Yes, absolutely, Tiffany. Just bear in mind you wouldn't get the group coach calling, just FYI. Can you do live training, live teaching? Yes, you can. So you can either do something similar like a webinar and live teaching, depending on if you want to do one-on-one consulting. Just note that it would be a link to Zoom or wherever you're hosting that consulting or workshop. But for a webinar, we can keep that within the Teachable School format. I'll also shoot you some details on that.
Yvette says, this is great. I'm glad I returned back today. Yvette, we're glad to have you. I'm so glad you joined us. Liz Kelly says, do all packages automatically calculate the tax? So Liz Kelly, we automatically handle EU VAT tax. We don't handle other sorts of sales taxes or anything like that, just EU VAT tax, okay?
No, that's on basic and professional. Duke, great. MS says, details on the webinar too, please. Got you. One-on-one sessions. What I mean by one-on-one sessions is if you're having, let's say, a consulting call, so you have a user, your end client or the student or user who's paying you, they can speak back to you through a Zoom call or Google Hangouts. We can't keep that embedded in the course itself. It would be a link behind your paywall, and then they would take them to Zoom or Google Hangouts. Whereas a webinar, we take that iframe and basically put it into the course, so it looks like it's still flowing and hosted within the course itself.
Liz Kelly says, so there is no tax in the US for these courses? Liz, I am not an accountant. I am not licensed to be an accountant or practice law in any state in the union, or any entity for that matter. I know that there are some parts of the US that are starting to charge for this kind of thing, charge tax. So if you're going to be starting this, I would recommend checking in with your lawyer first, or your accountant. Just be like, hey, if I'm selling an online course and someone in Nebraska buys this, do I have to pay a tax there? Check in with an accountant. You will not regret that you did.
Deb says, other than quizzing, what gamification do you offer? So we don't really have gamification just because we don't see it's a huge improvement in terms of engagement or completion. So we have certificates of completion, which really helps to motivate the students, and details into the reporting of how much percentage maybe someone has viewed in a video. But yeah, quizzing, but not gamification type thing.
So Sheila says, can you embed Zoom webinars? Katie?
No, you can't. So Zoom is different to... I wouldn't consider Zoom a webinar. Oh no, I see what you're saying.
I think it
yes. So
it's in its own program. So it's like you can't really embed like Zoom. You have to download the Zoom app or on your phone or use the Zoom thing on your computer. So it's not like a YouTube video which works in the browser. It has its own app. So that's it. Christina's upgraded. Virtual high five, real high five, amazing. Renee, Nicole, how do your friends take your course? How do they not take your course? If they're your friends, they gotta. You just give them a link to sign up. You can give them a coupon to sign up for free, or give them a discount if you want. Rika, even better than that, you're going to get a replay. You're gonna be able to watch this again. Sheila says, do I need Zoom webinars if I have Teachable? So Sheila, Zoom is a little bit of a different tool. Zoom is just a video conferencing tool that can be used in lots of ways. Teachable is an online learning tool that can be used in lots of ways. They intersect a little bit in a Venn diagram, but they're definitely not like the same type of program. So if you use Zoom for a lot of video calling, live calling, etc., I would keep on using Zoom. I use Zoom all the time, and I'm a very heavy Teachable user. Katie,
it says signed up. Where do I find all the bonuses? So they'll be emailed to you. And let us know if you don't receive it quickly.
Holly says, are there safeguards to help prevent content from being stolen? So we take all industry standard precautions, Holly, but we can't stop someone from taking their phone and recording their screen like this. We can't stop someone from taking a screenshot. We can't stop someone from holding up their phone to record the audio from your course. Just like if you go to a publisher and they want to publish your book and you say, how do I keep people from photocopying this? The answer is that there isn't really a way to do it. But the best way to prevent any sort of damage from somebody taking content is to actually add external value to your course. Coaching sessions, group calls, a private community, things that people can't just copy. And at the end of the day, anyone who copies your course, sometimes at Teachable, we get a notice from a copyright holder saying like, hey, this guy took my videos off of YouTube and put them onto Teachable and is trying to sell them as a course. Whenever we look at the types of guys doing this, they never make any sales. Because even if they can like download your video and put it somewhere else, they're not actually going to be able to sell it. They're not you. They don't know how to market. They don't know how to promote this. They don't know how to like your knowledge and your fire and what makes you unique. It really doesn't take away from your course. So I know it sucks, but I'm not going to pretend it's impossible. And I'm also not going to pretend that it will actually hurt you. Charles is switching over because LearnDash. Yep, LearnDash sucks. Misty upgraded. Misty, great to have you. Rosa, if you have a coupon from another promotion, I don't believe that these are combinable, unfortunately. Katie, if you're not seeing that within the next hour, just reach out to our support team, support@teachable.com. Chelsea says, what video recording and editing software do you recommend? So Chelsea, for recording your screen, I recommend for Macs, ScreenFlow, and for PCs, Camtasia. And all right, it's just about 3 p.m. Alice says, do you teach us how to do voiceover so we can automate the course? So Alice, we definitely go over video production techniques, including recording your screen. Ambrose, if all your teachings are video, do you have to? So Ambrose, we just on the back end use Wistia as our host. So you don't need to upload to Wistia first and then bring that over to us. You just upload the videos to Teachable and we host them on Wistia. Susan says, we upgraded. Susan, great to have you. Virtual high five. Ooh. Kim, yes, the school name can be changed at any time. So virtual high five to everyone. And Katie, what do you say we take, a few more questions, questions, and then we wrap this up. Christine has gotten her confirmation email. Amazing. Desiree says, will you please explain voiceover? Alice, I don't know. You were the one who first used voiceover, so in what sense did you mean it? I'm a little bit curious. Desiree says, how many people would you say earn back the investment in the pro plan? So let me put it this way, Desiree. of the people on Teachable who have made more like $1, if you've made $1 on Teachable, almost half of those people make more than $1,000. It's a pretty good ratio, especially considering that the vast majority of businesses fail. And online courses, they're a business like anything else. So we have a really good success rate, but nothing is guaranteed. Go ahead.
Sorry. Ambrose says, if you're teaching our videos, do you have to use Wistia? Why is there a re-encoding option? Not Wistia.
I already answered this.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
Advice on.
Frank, so that's an interesting.
Yeah.
Consulting an ISO standard when it comes to quoting copyright. So
sure
Frank, so ISO is like this big standard setting body worldwide, the International Standards Organization, I think it is. And there is no international standard on how much of a copyrighted, piece of media you can use in your course. At least in the US, there's something called fair use, where you're able to use brief excerpts from copyrighted material for educational purposes. Like a film class can use excerpts from, some Stephen King movie to like show some technique. Or a literature class can use excerpts from Lord of the Rings. But the literature class can't just start publishing Lord of the Rings, and the film class can't just start giving out copies of, the video. So you have to use a limited amount of it. And unfortunately, even if you're technically within the barriers of fair use, there's nothing stopping someone from suing you and saying like, hey, that violates my copyright. Even if you're right, you can still get sued. So it's something to be cautious about, and it might just be worth reaching out to the copyright owner to make sure you have permission to do that. Violetta, go ahead.
It says, I do not have an audience yet. What are the steps to building one in Teachable? So that's where Teachable U comes in. That's which provides like in-depth knowledge on how you can actually start building your audience, creating lead magnets to create to collect people's email addresses, and strategies on how you can set up for your launch. So I'd highly advise going in there if you've got access to it. I also have a blog article that I want to shoot to you too.
Okay, Michelle, we are teaching this through Teachable, but we built a special little like webinar page. This isn't built right into Teachable. We had to do some extra work.
The other thing is with Teachable you get those live workshops. So they're basically, we team up with course experts in their space and go over similar to a webinar like this and educate people who are watching. So all of our instructors have access to that.
Sheila just enrolled in Pro. Sheila, great to have you. Virtual high five, real high five. Mike says, can I merge my MailChimp list with Teachable? Mike, so when someone buys in Teachable, you can push them over to your MailChimp list. So it would work from Teachable into MailChimp. I don't think it would go the other way around unless you like want to enroll everyone in your list into like a course or something like that. And I think we'll take one more question before we wrap this up. One more question before we wrap this up. Katie says, can students upload assignments? Yes, they can. Typically, you create a class like Dropbox or Google Drive folder, and then you just put the instructions like, when you're done with your assignment, upload it to Google Drive here. Cedric, we don't have a built-in mentorship type of program, but when you join Teachable on a paid plan, you're enrolled in our course creation challenge, which is going all summer long, and there's a private Facebook group for those members. They're aiming to launch a course by the end of the summer.
Goodness, Kelly, what is the magic price point? Tough question. We've got courses everywhere from $2 to I think $9,000 is one I came across recently.
Yeah.
So it varies massively depending on your audience, your topic. So I think the bigger question is kind of what is your topic? What is the competition space? And we have in-depth. We actually have I believe a course on how you can price your course.
Yeah, it's included in Teachable U. I think in the launch course. I think you said your pricing.
Exactly.
And I think that's it. Oh, and Matt is upgraded. Matt, virtual high five, real high five. And sadly, it's time for us to wrap this up. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. I hope to see you on the other side. And on behalf of myself.
And from me.
And from everyone else here at Teachable, take care and have a good one.
Bye.